guys, thanks for stopping by. My name is Ms. Humphreys. I'm the Library Media Specialist at Richmond Community High School. And if you're like me, over these last several weeks, we have been bombarded with information from TV, radio, newspapers, social media, politicians, experts. How do we know who to trust? The information is very accurate sometimes, but sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's changed. So I thought today would be a perfect day for us to just stop what we're doing and review our research skills. The research skill that I'm going to cover today is evaluating online resources. In a moment, I'm going to show you a clip entitled Evaluating Websites. But before we begin, I want to focus on two questions. The first question is, why is it even important to evaluate a website? And my second question is, how do we determine which information is best and which information we should trust? Those are the two questions I want you to focus on, but I don't want you to answer the question right now. I want you to watch the video clip and then we'll discuss it.
Finding accurate and useful information on the web can be frustrating. With so many websites, it's difficult to know what is trustworthy and factual. To solve this problem, you need to think like an editor. Let me explain. Back before the web, books, newspapers, and journals were the main sources of information, and like today, they were usually trustworthy. This is partly because these resources are expensive to produce. Publishers need special equipment and staff, and a way to ensure that they only print trustworthy information. If they print bad information, the business could fail. This is the job of the editor, who acts as a gatekeeper. Editors ensure that everything that's printed meets the organization's standards. Today, things have changed. Almost anyone with a computer and internet connection can be a publisher. No printing press or editor required. For most websites, there is no gatekeeper. This means that you, as a reader, now have to think like an editor and take an active role in deciding what websites you can trust. Here are some things to consider. Editors and journalists often depend on existing facts and information in their work. When an article states something as a fact, like the annual rate of inflation in 1980 was 13.58%, that information can be sourced from the US government, and that source matters. If an article names high-quality sources of facts along with the article, it's a good sign. And reputation is important to editors. They consider the reputation of the publisher and author, when the information was published, and more. As a reader, ask yourself, do you recognize the website or author? Are they a known authority? Is the information current? These answers matter and can help you find the best information. When a news event happens, editors look for eyewitness accounts. If two people witness the same thing, it can often be considered a fact. The same is true for websites. If you can find the same information on multiple trustworthy websites, there's a better chance it's accurate. Editors also work toward fairness in covering controversial subjects like politics. A single subject can be viewed from multiple perspectives, and they work hard to understand all sides before publishing. Smart readers do the same with websites, where conflicting opinions are common and often productive. Consider the author's goals and biases. Ask yourself, are they selling something? Is he or she representing an organization or group? Answering these kinds of questions are all part of being your own gatekeeper for the information you read. And once you start thinking like an editor, you'll be better able to make your own projects the best they can be.
That video was great. It was very informative and very short. I want to make sure that you all were able to pick up on all the key ideas that were in the video though. The first thing I want to talk about is each one of us need to be an editor. And in order to be an editor, there were 5 things in the video that we need to do to make sure that the information that we receive is the best information. And the first thing that they talked about was the information being current. Is someone updating the information on a regular basis? Is it meeting the needs of the information that we're trying to find? The next thing they talked about was relevance. Does it answer our question? Is it anything that we need? Is the information that we actually need found within that website? They also talked about the authors. Who's authoring the website? Is it an expert? Is it someone down the street? Is it your best friend? Make sure you know who is authoring your website. It could be a business, it could be a school, it could be a sponsor, someone trying to sell something, but make sure you know where that information is coming from. They also talked about accuracy. And to me, this is the most important thing because the information that you're receiving has to be accurate. Are they citing their sources so that you can go back and check? Did they leave a contact so that if you have questions, you can contact them? All of those things are important. The next and last thing that they had was purpose. Why was that website created? Was it created to inform you? Was it created to entertain you? Was it created to sell something? Or was it created to persuade you to do something? All of those things are needed when you are evaluating a website. That's a lot of information to remember when we're looking for a website. Is there some kind of way that you can help us remember it or give us a tool that will help us remember all of that information? Well, I'm glad you asked because I do have a solution for you. It is called the CRAP test. That's what it's called. The CRAP. Go on. Get your giggles out. Laugh about it. But it's a technique that you will remember and it will help you evaluate any site or any other information that you may come across. CRAP is an acronym. Does everyone know what an acronym is? Well, I'll explain it. Let me jump over to my computer so that we can continue. An acronym is a shorthand way of expressing an idea. It is formed by using the first letter of each word in the phrase to form a new word. An example of this is the word YOLO, which stands for You Only Live Once. The CRAP test explained. The C stands for currency. The R stands for relevance. The first A stands for authority. The second A stands for accuracy. And the P stands for purpose. Now let's examine what each of those words mean as they relate to website evaluation. Currency, the timeliness of your resource. Is the information current or out of date for your topic? When was the website last updated? Relevance, the importance of the information for your research or question. Does the information relate to your topic or help answer your question? Is the information at an appropriate level to meet your needs? Authority, the credibility or expertise of the person or group that authored the information. If you Google the author or authors, can you find information about them? Are they experts on the topic? Does the information come from a reputable organization like the Center for Disease Control? Accuracy. Can you verify any of the information with another source? Is the information supported by evidence? Have they cited their sources? Are there spelling, grammar, or typographical errors? Purpose. The reason the information exists. What is the purpose of the information? Is it to inform, entertain, persuade, sell, or promote propaganda? We're going to pause right here to complete an activity. The activity is optional, but I think you would get so much more out of it if you complete it. I want you to evaluate the two websites above using the CRAP test. I have provided a checklist to help you. You can also download a copy of it from our website. I know everyone doesn't have access to a printer, so you can write your answers on paper. You will have to open up the websites in a new tab, so don't forget to pause before you leave. I'm so glad you made it back. What were you able to discover while you were out examining both websites? How about the first one? What did you find? Is it a reliable one? Is it one that you would trust? Is it one that you would use? What were some interesting things you found out about it? If you did everything correctly, you would have found out that that is not a reliable website. Did you check out the authors? Who were they? Was it a real site? It wasn't. So that definitely was not one of the sites that you should have chosen. Okay, the next site, what did you find out about it? Yes or no? Good or bad? You should have discovered that that is a reliable site and it met most of the criteria for the crab test. I'm so glad that you all completed the activity and stayed with me throughout this journey. I had a great time. It was great meeting you all, and I hope to see you again soon.